There are 5 things that guys must do during COVID-19, dealing with family law issues as a result of this pandemic that they really should be focusing on. And Asa, I want to turn to you. One of the things I talk about at night when I do this live webinar in person with guys in the room, we have usually 100 guys. One of the most important things that they should focus on, and regardless of the pandemic, but now more importantly, I think, is financial statements. Typically around the country, we call them income and expense statements. So Asa, why is it so important in your mind to focus on financial statements, whether you filed them already or whether you're getting ready to file them now in an action?
Well, we want them to be as accurate as possible at the time that we have the situation. So if they filed already, there's no reason in the world we can't update them and make sure they're accurate. So the one that gets in front of the judge next has the most up-to-date information. If you've been laid off, if your hours have been reduced, if commissions are just not going to be coming in. You also want to consider your expenses. What's changed since we've been in this situation? Certainly, one of the major expenses a lot of people have is childcare expenses, but a lot of children aren't in daycare or aren't having after-school care. So if you have anything like that, it's important to get that up to date right away so that the next time we have to present that information, we have it as accurate as possible. Also, considering your assets. What's changed? Your retirement hopefully has not been too dramatically impacted, but it has been impacted. What we want to do is get the most current statements and continuously do that month after month for as long as this goes on, so we know where we stand. Also, if there's been any withdrawals from any retirement accounts, if you've had to do that in order to supplement your income. We want to document the withdrawals and show what the current status of those assets are. We want to have the most accurate financial statement ready as soon as we need to have it to get in front of a court.
Yeah. You know, Erica, I continue to pound this away in live webinars when I'm in person. When I say to guys, you have one chance. And if you don't accurately reflect income or expenses, don't you agree, that's a problem for guys, and to spend significant time right now when you got it to make sure your financial statement's right.
Absolutely. I mean, keep in mind that when these support orders are made, the support order is what it is until there's a substantial change in circumstances. So if you don't give accurate information or the calculations are inaccurate right now, you're going to have issues down the road because you won't be able to modify it until there's a substantial change in circumstances in most states. So it's essential that you're reviewing your information. You're also making sure that when you're looking at your retirement accounts, you're making sure you're accurately reporting whether it's a tax deferred asset, such as a traditional IRA versus a Roth IRA. All of this is really important to make sure that the division of property is fair, the calculations of support are accurate, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where we've seen many men in where they're paying more in support and they have nothing to live off of because they perhaps didn't report their income accurately, or the other side didn't calculate their income accurately, and they didn't advocate for themselves appropriately.
Yeah, I do think it's the key piece to perhaps winning or succeeding in meeting the goals that you set. This one single document. If you've been to one of my web or live seminars, I talk about it like being your tax return. We'd spend more time on our tax return to make sure it's right because we don't want to be audited by the government. But the likelihood of getting in trouble on the stand is far greater than it would be getting audited.